Welcome back, everyone. Making Waves, the Delgado Community College podcast, where we are going to dive into the people, the stories, and all the good stuff shaping the campus and the community. I'm your host today, Camille Whitworth. Today is very special, okay? We're celebrating something very extraordinary, I like to say.
Oh, yeah.
Our very own Professor Gina Ferrara from the English department has been named, Louisiana's Poet Laureate. What? For 2025 through 2027. In case you don't know, this is one of the highest honors that a poet can receive. It means that Gina will serve as the state's ambassador for poetry, sharing Louisiana's voice, the culture, and creativity all across the state, and of course, beyond that. Today, we have some very special guests that we are going to chat with today. We're going to hear from the Chancellor, the Dean, Emily Cosper, and of course, from Professor Ferrara herself. Okay, so we want to dive in. We want to get started. Thank you, ladies, for being with us today.
You're welcome.
Chancellor Steib, of course, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We know you're busy. I want to start with this. You first heard the news about Professor Ferrara being named the Poet Laureate. What was your first reaction to this?
I was like, what? This is amazing. Look, let me tell you something. The faculty and the staff at Delgado Community College, they just never seem to just stop amazing me. This is huge. This is huge for the state of Louisiana. This is huge for the Louisiana Community and Technical College system, and it's huge for Delgado Community College. And just to think, this is one of our own. This is family. So, look, I've been looking forward to this conversation all day, right? And so when I walked in the room, I'm like, I get to meet the celebrity. I get to see her. This is amazing. So my first expression was, wow.
A big wow, right? Exclamation point.
Yes.
And you talk about how it reflects on Delgado as an institution, this recognition. Are people chatting about it? Do you hear people, are there rumblings about it? This is so major.
People are amazed.
Yeah.
Can I just say that? People are amazed. And it really goes to what I have been saying all along. This is not your grandfather's community college. You got to wake up and recognize the power and the value of Delgado Community College. And to have Gina, right? I mean, this recognition for this period of time for the state of Louisiana magnifies the college, but it just speaks to her. It speaks to her work and what she's done to get to this level.
And what do you think it means for the students?
It means a new day. It means that people are going to look at Delgado Community College in a different way. Just as I said, this is not your grandfather's community college. Let me be completely clear and transparent with you. There's still a segment of our community who do not feel that a community college is the right place for their child, right? This says, hell yeah. Excuse me. Yes, it is.
Beep, beep.
Yes, it is.
Do we need to believe that? No.
Not at all. No. Not at all.
Dean Cosper, you lead the Liberal Arts, Social Sciences, and Education Department. What does this mean to you personally and to your school?
Well, personally, Gina's a friend of mine, and she's been a friend for many years. So on a personal level, I'm just beaming with pride for her. I know how hard she works and her commitment, to the craft of poetry and to sharing it with the community has always been, part of who she is. Now, as the Dean of Liberal Arts, Social Sciences, and Education, I got to tell you, our school is aflutter with words about Gina. We are thrilled, but really beyond what words can express, which with poetry, we're supposed to be able to express these things, but we are so excited. The English department, of course, in particular, she is them, and it is a department filled with just incredible talent, and Gina exemplifies the talent of our faculty. Like Dr. Steib said, we've got the real deal here. Gina is a passionate professor. She's a poet. She shares not only in the classroom, but she's really integral in our Delgado reading series. We put on poetry readings all the time. And this year, Gina will be the featured reader for obvious reasons. But we are just so beyond thrilled. It's incredible.
First of all, did you just use the word a flutter?
I did.
A flutter?
I am a flutter.
It's rare that we hear the word a flutter.
Well, I was an English major.
How do you feel like this inspires the faculty and the students?
Well, I think the faculty, the world is so complicated right now. It's a complicated time to be a professor. It's a complicated time to be alive. So I think our faculty, when one of ours is recognized for really being at the top of her game, it makes us all feel good, because sometimes it feels like good news is hard to come by. And I think for our students, I've always had the belief, though we are a community college and though we put so much, and rightfully so, focus on workforce development and getting these students ready for their careers, which is what we're here to do, but our students deserve poetry. They deserve being exposed to it, and they don't often get a chance. So how cool is it that we're going to have an exceptional opportunity for our students to learn about the power of words? I mean, it's incredible.
And when you both, I'm going to get to you, Gina, in a minute. Hold on. Don't you worry. But how do you all feel like when we talk about poetry, we talk about the arts, how do you feel that shapes the Delgado experience?
Well, all of our students who are pursuing an associate's degree, they need credit hours in the humanities, and that includes literature, that includes the theater. They also have to have fine arts, so it's kind of woven into an associate's degree. Now, as an English major myself, I wish they had to have more, but they don't. But this is an opportunity to open eyes for students in a way that they maybe didn't even know, you know. So it's I mean, it's just good for the soul. It's good for our students and their humanity, you know. Like, it teaches them how to express and to understand the power of words, you know.
Well said.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, let's get to the woman of the hour. Associate Professor Gina Ferrara. Young lady, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
On this honor. I mean, what can we say? I just wanted, for anyone listening who might not know, the Poet Laureate is basically the state's ambassador for poetry. So over the next couple of years, you're going to represent Louisiana through readings, through workshops, programs that, correct me if I'm wrong, showcase the power of poetry and tell stories that connect sort of the community, right?
That's exactly right.
Is that your understanding? And I have a million questions for you, okay? Number one, I want you to just take us back to the moment when you found out that you were selected.
Well, it was a very hot August day, as all August days are here in New Orleans. And believe it or not, I was actually getting ready for my classes here at Delgado, building a course, you know, kind of getting things organized. And I checked my email, and there was an email that came, and it was from the governor's office saying that I had been selected as Poet Laureate, and I was shocked because I was so entrenched in what I was doing that, you know, when this email came, it really felt like it came from out of the blue. So it was very, very surprising.
And I have a million questions. Do you prepare your whole life for this? Do you strive for this?
All I've ever done was write poetry. I mean, literally, that's kind of like what I do and what I wanted to do. And I've been writing poetry for a really long time. And so for me, like, it's kind of just being a poet. It's what I did. But I can't say, oh, well, I have my eyes on being Poet Laureate. No, I really just kind of was more concerned with writing poems, getting them published, getting books published. So kind of doing the work of a poet with really like kind of no particular destination in mind. But this is the destination that came. So I'm happy about that.
And here we are. So looking back, are there any experiences or are there any people that influenced your path?
Oh, wow. So many people. But I would say initially the first person who influenced me was actually my grandmother.
Wow.
When I was a kid, I had an uncle who was in the Army, and he was stationed overseas, and she wanted me and my sister to write him letters. And the letters, she said, had to make him feel like he was in the same room with us. Mm-hmm. And so I think that specificity of writing and kind of that attention to details, that definitely set me up for poetry, for sure. That, and she was also this incredible Scrabble player. And so I kind of really learned to appreciate words at a really young age.
Do you still play Scrabble?
I love to play Scrabble. It's one of my favorite things to do in the world. Yeah.
In the world?
Yeah,
Wow, okay.
yeah, it is.
What do you hope this platform will say about Louisiana and Delgado?
I think Louisiana is just, and Delgado being in Louisiana, it's such a beautiful place to me. Physically, we have live oaks here. We have... literally here at Delgado we have them, but we have live oaks. We have such amazing beauty in this state, throughout the state. So I think, kind of that working in tandem with just the unique people that we have here, kind of bringing culture, making people aware of their culture, aware of the land here, and, kind of certainly operating on that same level with Delgado students also.
What advice would you give to students, or anyone really, who maybe aspires to be a poet or a writer? I mean, I'm one of those roses are red, violets are blue kind of gals, right? Yeah. So what kind of advice would you give?
Read as much as you can. Find a poet. Just go out on a discovery, on an expedition. Find a poet that you like. There is one somewhere that somebody will like. To kind of backtrack, we had a student here who I introduced him to a poet who's actually a Delgado grad, J. Bruce Fuller. And this student read J. Bruce Fuller's work. Fuller talks a lot about his working class father and the relationship that he had with his father. And this student was so blown away by J. Bruce Fuller. So I think with people, you just have to sample poetry, find a poet that you like, and read that poet. And I think it's also important for anybody who is a poet to read certainly poets that they like, but also I think people need to write what they know. Definitely.
What does that mean? Write what they know.
Write about your own experience.
Like actually write them down. Do people still write anymore?
Oh, sure. Type, write, text, whatever. But I think that people need to focus on what they know and what's very specific to them. Everybody has a story and poem.
They do. And Chancellor, do you write? Do you text?
I do write. I make it a habit of writing every single day. But for me, the writing has changed, right? So my daily writings, my daily journals are, what did I do well today? And what do I need to work on for tomorrow? So yes, I do write. I enjoy writing. And it allows me to cleanse, right? It really is. And it allows me to think about my day, to give myself grace, and to be in a position to give others grace as well. So it helps calm me down, and it grounds me.
Yeah, it can be cathartic, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, before we go, I like to have a little fun on the show. We like to get personal, if you will, and do a quick round of rapid-fire questions. And what this means for you guys is short answers, the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay? Chancellor, we'll start with you. Mm-hmm. All right. Favorite spot on Delgado's campus? Ooh.
Favorite spot on Delgado's campus, I would have to say right outside of the fitness center, that area.
And why?
Because that's the buzz. That's where they are. They're walking to and from class. It's right outside of the main building. It's near the bookstore. It's the hub.
Coffee or tea to start your day?
Oh, coffee.
Okay. One word that you would use to describe Delgado's students?
Fabulous.
The first book that influenced you?
Oh, my.
Yeah. That's going way back.
That's going way back. So now you're going to make me have to think about this. I used to love these books. They were a series of books about a young woman becoming of age. Oh my God, I cannot remember the name of the book.
The Margaret books, the Judy Blume books.
Judy Blume. Judy Blume.
Are you there,
Yes.
God? It's me, Margaret.
Yes, how did you know that? Yes.
Because that's mine. That's mine too. The best part of your day as chancellor.
The best part of my day as chancellor is when I have an opportunity to get out of the office and walk the campus and just see the students and the faculty and staff. That's the best part of my day.
Okay. Dean Cosper, you ready? Here we
ready.
go. First word that comes to your mind or phrase. Go-to study tip that you always recommend.
Oh, write things down with a pen.
Not a pencil.
A pencil, but like literally write, not on your phone. I'm kind of approaching the get off my lawn phase of my life, but students learn better when they write. They used to they probably still do. I haven't taught in a few years, but they would take pictures of the screen, like notes I wrote, and I'm like, write that down. So that's it. Write it down. Don't take pictures. Write it down.
That helps you study.
There's a connection between writing and learning, and we've kind of bypassed that. Maybe that's the problem.
Okay. Your favorite poet or writer?
Oh, I love Walt Whitman. Fabulous, the granddaddy of American poetry.
One class you wish every Delgado student could take.
Creative writing.
Best campus tradition, in your
Best
opinion?
campus tradition. It would have to be Nikki Dingle putting on the dolphin costume, our mascot, in very hot weather, and she perseveres. So that I can't. Izzy, the Izzy costume. It's a
Okay.
great yet kind of
tradition.
dangerous tradition in the heat.
What is your guilty pleasure read?
My guilty pleasure read. It's true crime novels. My dad traveled a lot, and he'd pick them up at the airport. So from a young age, I started reading about Ted Bundy.
Ooh. Oh, my. Okay, moving on. Professor Ferrara, morning writer or night writer?
Both.
What?
Both. Yeah.
You wake up in the morning and write?
I wake up in the morning and write, and then at night I like to write also. So both, actually.
Favorite poem of all time?
Gee, that would be maybe The Fish by Elizabeth Bishop, or perhaps Tulips by Sylvia Plath.
Nice. What's always on your desk when you write?
These days, glasses.
You're there. You're at that stage.
Right.
Okay, one book you would recommend to every student.
100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez.
Is there a book you would recommend to us?
The same if you
same?
haven't read it. Yeah.
Okay. Best piece of advice you've ever received as a writer?
Be specific. Be specific. Yeah. Kind of what I just said earlier. Write what you know. Be specific.
Write what you know, write what you feel. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, sounds good. Thank you for letting us get to know you just a little bit better. Okay. And that basically brings us to the end of episode of Making Waves, right?
Can we get a reading?
Oh. Can we get a
I
reading?
think that's a great idea.
May we?
One poem?
One poem.
I'll read a new one, actually, and I think everybody will really like this poem because it's about the epic snowfall that we had.
Oh, I love this. Okay.
Let me make sure I have it. Yes. Okay. January 2025, 100-year snowfall. White rooftops, tiles, shingles obliterated. Even buried, my city became alive in snow. Novel, a rarity each century, sporadic, usually sheathing then melting upon contact to disappointment's consistency, the slush between solid and liquid. A pair of cardinals appeared on the white fence when we made snow angels with expedient wings. This time, 11 inches on record fell in muffled breaths, like Goliath exhaling. Flakes mottled banana and ginger leaves, drifts skirted camellias, satsuma roots concealed by accumulation, different than frequent floods. Those and this, reaching our knees, ready to genuflect, bearing witness to another Genesis.
Bravo.
Thank you. Thanks.
Did you write that in the morning or the evening?
Probably the morning, but then I putzed with it later that night. So.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
great.
We just love your talent, and,
Thank
we
you.
celebrate you, of course.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Chancellor. Thank you, Dean, for being with us for this episode. It's just been a wonderful opportunity to chat with you, Poet Laureate. This is obviously a personal triumph for you. It's a proud moment for Delgado and for the state. So your voice carries the spirit of the college right here in the community and beyond, all across Louisiana, reminding us that the waves that we make here are far and wide. So we thank you. Thank you for your talent. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We want to remind you to follow the next podcast for more inspiring stories from our Delgado family. Until next time, keep making waves, y'all.